Hey, it's Tate McRae.
Hey, what's up? It's Sabrina Carpenter.
Girl, we did it, baby.
Hey, it's Megan Trainor.
And this is the Hot 100 Show.
Welcome to Billboard's brand new countdown, the Hot 100 Show. I'm your host, Tetris, and every week we're going to run down the top 10 of the chart, and we're going to do it with our experts, of course, you the fans, and some of your favorite musicians dropping by. Today we got our girls Aespa. You're going to want to stick around for that. But for now, let's run it down. This is the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 for the week dated September 20th. Daisies is back in the top 10.
Tell me, how do you feel about this new, grown man Bieber?
You know, he's been through a lot.
I think that Daisies is just a really good song to play and have in the background. It's just easy listening.
The way you got me all in my head.
The last two albums were very pop heavy, and now he's working more R&B influences back in the Purpose days. He's working with Eddie Benjamin a lot. Swag 2 just came out. I think both albums are fantastic.
If you need time, just take your time. Honey, I get it.
Love Me Not slips to number 9.
I have been a fan of Raven Lenae since I was 16, which was the same age she started making music and getting into it.
Once I leave you, I'm stronger. If I get you, I'm slowly breaking down.
I love her music. It's a very chill, soulful vibe, and she just always puts me in a good mood.
Oh no, I don't need you, but I miss you. Come here.
HUNTR's Don't Miss, they're up to 8.
How you feel about how it's done?
Really good. I feel like it encapsulates K-pop as a genre really well. It's just a really nice introduction to the wider public about K-pop.
What's your favorite song from the movie?
I mean, I would have to say How It's Done. I just like the beat of it. It's really good.
What up, New York team? Justin Bieber came back with Swag 2, and now he's back in the top 10. How are we feeling about it?
We're really excited, I think.
I think so, yeah. Big week for Bieber. He's going to be a headliner at Coachella. We got Swag 2. Daisies is still building at radio, so I don't know. It could get to number 1 one of these weeks. It's a good time to be Bieber.
I'm very happy as a believer day 1.
I would say,
maybe day 10. Maybe day 10.
Day 10.
Maybe I would say day 10.
Day 10. What's the hesitancy?
I don't know. I just was like, who is this little boy from YouTube? But to be able to see his career, and we were just having a discussion about what a Coachella performance could look like. I think this is a good time, like you said, to be Justin Bieber for sure.
And I mean, we're talking about his Coachella performance. I guess he's got Swag 2, but do we get the classics? Is he gonna sing Baby?
We were talking about this.
He better.
I'm not sure if he will, though. He's come a long way since Baby. I can't imagine him going from Daisies to Baby. That, I don't know, that jump is a lot.
You don't think he can do it? Is that what you're saying?
I think he can. I don't know if he's going to, though.
I mean, I think this is probably a way where he works in a lot of medleys, a lot of nods kind of thing, a Beyonce level kind of thing. I'll slip this in. I mean, that's the cool part with going something live is those things that you don't expect. Oh, I didn't know this song and that song had the same chords and they blend great or whatever. Bieber hasn't performed really on this kind of stage in so long. It's kind of hard to think that he's not going to do something that's career spanning. So I think a lot of people, of course, are really excited to see his return, and that really could be just the icing on the cake for this Swag era to really just assert himself that he's back in the game and he's on top. And y'all thought I was done, or y'all forgot I had da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's go.
Remind us.
I mean, that is definitely Bieber's vibe right now. And I gotta ask you guys, because, Daisy's obviously back in the top 10. People have been talking a lot about UConn, but now that Swag 2 is out, do we think there's anything in that album that we might see charting on the Hot 100 in the top 10?
Biggest, first week, Speed Demon is the biggest debut. I mean, obviously it's the opening track, so obviously when you start it, gets some of those stream helps. Kind of, has a little Jackson-esque MJ kind of vibe to it. But you're right, Tetris. I think it's tough because they do a lot of things kind of cooking at the same time. Obviously, Daisies is still going strong at radio. UConn was the one that kind of took off on the more viral social level. So to put 3 things in the marketplace at the same time could be a little tricky. But just sort of based on first week returns, Speed Demon and Love Song are the 2 that were the best streaming. So those seem to be the ones that people were kind of gravitating towards. So I'd look out for one of those 2 in the next couple weeks, if anything.
And of course, we just honored Raven Lenae at our Power Players Hip Hop event. How great is it to see her still in the top 10?
I'm geeked. I'm a Raven Lene stand down. So to be able to still see her in the top 10, I'm really hopeful that we'll continue to see this song climb and reclimb, you know, getting the chance to talk to her on the red carpet at our Power Players event. We just talked about the importance of pushing something that you believe in strongly, and Love Me Not and this recent album obviously is that thing. So I am always rooting for her. I love to see this placement. I don't know. I would love to. I mean, it would be great if she could get to like the top 3. Like, I just want that for her. She's hungry for it. So, and I think fans are hungry for her music as well. So.
Yeah, this was one of my songs of the summer. It was one of my favorites this year. Like, it's great to see it still sticking around. Like, I'm not sure if it has more legs to continue climbing, but just the fact that it's still hanging around in the top 10 after all these weeks is great for Raven, and I'm just curious what she's going to follow this up with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, to that point, like, and I know you're not saying this, but obviously we'd love to see it, you know, if it can get to top 3, top 2, top 1, but I don't want to miss that, you know, if it doesn't do that, this song is already such a massive hit and a real career changer for Raven. I mean, this is her first song on the Hot 100.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think when it came out, just to even make that breakthrough, I think people were excited, let alone to get all the way, you know, into the top 40, top 10. So the fact that it's just really been one of these organic hits, and for somebody who's been working a long time at this, and we've seen, you know, albums on albums, a couple singles bubble up here and there, but for Raven to finally get that breakthrough in such a massive way, like, this is just one of those stories that you almost feel like doesn't really happen as much anymore.
It is a beautiful story, and of course we got How It's Done by Kpop Demon Hunters in there, but I feel like we'll be talking about that a little bit more. So let's toss it back to the chart. Tate and Morgan are locked at number 7.
Tell me what you like about it.
Well, I think it's interesting that Morgan Wallen, the country singer, would pair with Tate McRae, but I think it worked out. I think it's a good song, and I think it's getting traction on the charts, so it's pretty good.
There are no hard feelings if you only want to act like lovers do.
Because I love country, but I also love pop.
I love the combination of country and pop. I feel like we don't have that as much as we used to.
Yeah, it's starting to get there, but I mean, Post Malone and Morgan just had a collab, so I think it's starting to gain some traction, but now that Nashville's moving a little bit bigger, they're starting to get some more country artists into the pop scene.
I said, baby, you should know that's what I want.
Sabrina's Tears falls to number 6.
Tears run down my thighs.
What makes you want to be a fan of hers?
I don't know, it's girly pop. It's nice to have fun and to have fun within your music, and I think pop has gone to and from different ways, and I like where we're ending up within like the girly era.
Tears run down my thighs.
And now tell me, you like the girly era too?
Fine with it. I respect the early era.
She's just like a fun girl who like loves everything that's like a little bit like hedonistic. I'm Tears' biggest fan. The music video is really good. It's a little bit like Thriller, but like with Sabrina Carpenter. I think Coleman Domingo's in there and he like does a great job. It's an excellent music video.
Saja Boys' Soda Pop rises to number 5.
You're my soda pop, my little soda pop.
They talking about the soda pop? Like, what's the pop? What's the pop they talking about?
I've talked to a couple of friends whose kids have it on 24/7, and so it's just one of the biggest phenomenons of the fall, and I think it's fantastic.
And the soda pop one, so they play that in like the break area a lot, and it's a good song. I think all of them are great songs.
You're my soda pop, my little soda pop.
As does their Your Idol to 4.
You seen the movie? Do you like it?
Have I seen the movie? I'm obsessed with the movie.
You're obsessed?
I've been watching it like over and over and over again.
So what's your favorite song off the movie?
It has to be Your Idol.
Yeah, I'm all you need, I'm a big Your Idol.
And there are numbers 7 through 4. We got a lot to talk about. Let's start with Sabrina. Tears falling a little bit there. How do we feel about Tears?
Yeah, it's falling a little bit, but I think that's just a result of, you know, that like last week it got that first week album bump from the album. It had a great debut, but I think it's just kind of settling it into a long run in the top 10. You know, this is the next single from Man's Best Friend, which had a great debut, and I think it seems like a solid single for her. I think it's going to stick around.
Yeah, a lot of folks obviously excited about the music video with Coleman Domingo. That obviously got a lot of social traction at a time when a lot of music videos do not really move the needle anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, the fact that it has that victory kind of going forward could help out. Manchild, you know, still doing well at radio. So sort of in the same boat where the first single is still out there, getting a lot of feelers, so the second single, you can't expect that to necessarily come through and dominate the conversation. But yeah, now that the eggs are all behind this and it is the official second single, we'll see, you know, kind of when that shifts happen. Xander is right. Like, you get the second week natural drop. We'll see at some point when the streams kind of level out if radio can help pick that up at the same time and keep it steady in the top 10. And that'll be kind of the magic, you know, combination it's going to need in the next couple weeks and months to stay ahead in the top 10.
And I mean, you're talking about moments. Of course, we'll see where Golden has landed on the chart this week, but the Saja Boys with Your Idol and Soda Pop from Kpop Demon Hunters, how do you feel about those two boy band tracks keeping the momentum up?
I was actually quite surprised. I mean, obviously with Golden making a record for, what was it, the first all-woman like K-pop song to hit #1. That was the record that they broke. Yeah. I actually wasn't expecting the boys to make any noise. So to be able to see this, it made me more interested in what we're going to see from this film and how it's going to continue to grow and what songs are going to organically hit. It doesn't seem like this is going away anytime soon. So shout out to the boys.
So you really on like girls rule, boys drool kind of like logic out here. No, the boys was gonna do it.
I just really wasn't expecting them because it was so exciting. Because it was like, it felt, I don't know, it felt, maybe I am a girls rule, boys drool type.
That's okay.
I'm not sure. And yes, it is true.
I just gotta stand up for the fellas, you know.
And I mean, for me, it was even interesting to see the 3 girls from HUNTR, which we do have coming up on a Takes Us Out this week. You know, to see them even at the VMAs doing interviews. Now I'm like, will we see the 5 Saja Boys out doing red carpets?
I think we're gonna have to. I mean, everyone is, it's almost like insatiable how much people want to see more and more and more about Kpop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
So it's inevitable to me.
Well, now it's time to get to that top 3 of the Hot 100, but before we do, we got some special guests. And now look who I have here. I'm lucky to be hanging out with Aespa. Hey ladies, thanks for coming.
Hi.
Well, we have been so excited about Rich Man. The song is amazing. So tell me how excited you were to release that track.
First of all, we're so happy to be here, and we're excited that Rich Man is finally out, and we hope you guys really, really enjoy it.
And I mean, I feel like you played with the meaning of richness there, not necessarily the material stuff, you know, a little bit more about the personality. So talk to me about the meaning of the song.
Yeah, Rich Man is not only about actual rich, like money-wise, we're talking more about having an easygoing mind and being, like having self-love, yeah.
Oh, it's all about the self-love. I mean, everybody at home, take a listen.
I am a rich man. I am a rich man. I am a rich man.
It's so good. And I mean the music video. Tell me about filming that, and was there any stories from the set?
일단은 이건 진짜 TMI지만 촬영장에 감독님 강아지가 있었는데 저희가 강아지를 다 너무너무 좋아하거든요. 그래서 되게 힘들고 되게 정신없는 와중에 그 강아지 보면서 되게 힐링하고 그랬던 기억이 좀 기억에 많이 남는 것 같고, 그리고 저희가 4명 다 면허가 없지만 뭔가 오히려 그래서 뭔가 운전하는 씬이나 그런 드라이브를 즐기는 씬이 조금은 표현하기가 되게 낯설고 어려웠던 부분이 좀 기억에 많이 나는 것 같아요.
Oh my God, none of you drive at all?
Yes.
That's crazy, but hey, we all love puppies, so at least you had the puppy. And I want to give a second for our New York staff to ask you a question. So, New York, what you got?
Yeah, so I saw your new project, Rich Man, debuted on the Billboard 200 this week. It's the top debut on the entire chart this week. So I'd love to hear about how you guys found out about that news and how it feels to have a top 20 album on the Billboard 200.
지금, right now. We just heard it right now.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. And I mean, the album, you guys mix so many different genres, R&B, pop, hip hop. So how do you approach the genres when you're making the music?
일단 수록곡으로서 되게 많은 장르를 넣으려고도 노력했고, 저희가 예전부터 되게 아껴왔던 곡들을 많이 넣어서 되게 애정이 가는 앨범이기도 하고, 또 되게 가사의 의미가 좋은 곡들이 많이 있으니까 다양하게 찾아서 들어주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Oh, absolutely we will. And I do want to talk about releasing the album and the first time you guys did some signed stuff for your fans. So how excited were they to get that?
First of all, we were so excited to be able to give our fans something that's a little bit more personal. And yeah, we hope the fans really like it. And also, we really do try to put most of our, put our all into thinking about the merchandise and all the goods and all that, so.
And I mean, of course, you know, we love you here at Billboard. You were our Group of the Year at Women in Music. So now that you've hit so many big accomplishments, what's next for Aespa?
표라기보다는 그냥 지금 정해져 있는 투어나 제가 내년에 또 미주 투어 또 올 수 있으면 너무 좋을 것 같고 그리고 정규 앨범도 하나 더 준비하는 게 어떨까 싶습니다.
Well, the fans will definitely love more music and more touring for you guys, so we'll wish for that. And thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. We'll give it back to the Billboard Hot 100 Top 3. Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child climbs to 3.
I really like Man-Child. I was listening to it a lot when it first came out, and then I kind of took a break, but now I'm back on it.
I love Sabrina Carpenter. I've been a diehard fan since Girl Meets World.
She loves guys, but she's also she knows better than every guy.
Ordinary is still at number 2.
Ordinary, I want you laying me down to the dead and dead.
What makes me love Ordinary is just how beautiful it is, and especially because I've known Alex Warren since the Hype House phase. I just think it's beautiful because it's about his love, his story, about his wife and him.
Of the ordinary, I want you laying me down to a dead and buried.
And nabbing a 5th week at number 1 is Golden from Kpop Demon Hunters.
It has been number 1 for 5 weeks, Golden. Why do you think people are loving that so much?
I think it's cinematic. It's just so cinematic. In the movie, if you watch it, the scene in which it's played and stuff like that, just kind of brings out the soul of the movie.
Because we got 4 tracks on the Billboard Top 10.
That's crazy. The one that I remember is Golden.
I love Golden.
And there is our top 3. Not a lot of surprises there, but we got to talk about Sabrina again because we didn't talk about her Coachella set headlining Friday night. How are we feeling about that?
I love it for the girl. She told us the last time she was on that stage, the next time we would see her, she would be headlining, and like the queen that she is, that's exactly where she's going to be. So I'm excited to see her show. I'm excited to see how she's going to reinvent the tour and her live shows. I mean, the last time we got to see all those Juno positions in every country, in every place. Before that, we got to hear freestyle for every city. So I'm really excited for this Coachella performance and for what we're going to see from this album and more from Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, it feels kind of inevitable that she would headline Coachella. She's one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now, and the album came out at the perfect time where she has a number 1 single on it. She's working Tears as the 2nd single, and who knows, by the time Coachella rolls around, she might have yet another number 1 in her pocket. We'll see. So, it's a great time to be Sabrina, for sure.
Yeah, I'll never forget espresso lunching at that Coachella, and I mean, we see what that became, so we hope she gives us another moment like that. And then, of course, Alex Warren, I don't think we've talked since we named Ordinary the Song of the Summer. So this song is still number 2 on the charts. Is Alex Warren going anywhere?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Really, yeah, Ordinary's been this crazy run, like you mentioned, Tetris. It's Song of the Summer, hands down for what it did in the past couple of months. And, now number 2, the song is still growing in some ways. I think people would expect, because it was so dominant over the summer, had this crazy rise, that it would be on its way out. But it's number 1 again this week on the radio songs chart for a 13th week, and it's actually up in radio audience impressions, so there is still room to grow. So you would think, it's been number 1 in the past for 10 weeks. Obviously, we're moving past summer at this point, kind of getting into the fall. Kpop Demon Hunters has come and take over a lot of stuff. But Alex Warren says, nah, I'm not going anywhere that quick. So, be ready.
And also, he had a big performance of the song at the VMAs, so I think that might open him up to maybe a new audience after having a big televised performance of the song. There's a remix of it with Jelly Roll, so he's really making all the stops to make sure that this song doesn't go anywhere. So,
and I mean, we also have to talk about Golden. 5 weeks at #1. It's crazy. I think you guys were telling me last time a soundtrack hasn't had this many songs in the top 10 since, I think, like Waiting to Exhale, which is also a classic. But like, what is this phenomenon?
Shout out to Waiting to Exhale, Whitney Houston classic.
Yeah. Like we do have to take a moment for that.
But
yeah.
really, like we can't run past Waiting to Exhale.
Listen, I had to.
But yeah, I mean, this has just been crazy. 4 songs in the top 10 at the same time, which is a record that we've never seen on the Hot 100. So obviously, Golden being the biggest of them, 5 weeks at #1 now, the most we've seen from any animated act. So sort of fun fact there. But it just seems like you would think maybe, okay, is this going to be the song? Sort of like the last time we saw a soundtrack take off this way with Encanto. We Don't Talk About Bruno really became the one song that, just dominated for so long. But it's like rising tide lifting all boats. Now we're seeing so many songs continue to pick up as more and more people, the movie is still out there. People are still exploring it, finding out about it for the first time. They've got sing-alongs now. So just the whole apparatus around Kpop Demon Hunters is really what's fueling all these different songs, all these different pockets. Like you said, obviously, HUNTR was leading the pack. Now the boys are catching up, and it just doesn't feel like this is going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the album, like the soundtrack, hits #1 this week for the first time. So now Kpop Demon Hunters has the #1 song in the country and also the #1 album in the country for the first time. It's crazy.
Oh, that's amazing news. No, I love seeing the sing-alongs. I went to the theaters and seeing the fans and that excitement is really awesome. And we kind of talked about Saja Boys like hitting the carpet. Now that we've seen HUNTR do it, do you think they have a recording career? Do you think we could hear like music outside of the show?
That's so interesting. I never thought about that.
So somebody's agent is probably devising that right now.
Get them on the phone.
you better get a cut of this one, Tetris.
Listen, I'm just trying to come up with ideas. I'm just trying to feed the people. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll do this again next week. I appreciate your insight as always. And for you guys at home, make sure you come back next week to do this all again. You can do it on your Samsung TV or head over to Billboard News and hit subscribe. Running it down for you always, I'm Tetris Kelly for Billboard News.